Shadows of Brimstone is a fully cooperative dungeon crawl adventure game. Players take on the role of a group of heroes exploring an area completely overrun with monsters and demons. All of the players work together as a team against the game itself, and the game is very modular. As you explore the area, you draw cards from a map deck to see what the next map tile is. These map tiles are always either passages or rooms, and when players find rooms, they place an exploration token on that room that tells you how many encounters you have to overcome, any monsters that are there to fight, and how many exits there are leading out of that room. This Kickstarter campaign features two brand new standalone Shadows of Brimstone adventure sets, The Gates of Valhalla and Valley of the Serpent Kings.
We wanted to create a new type of Shadows of Brimstone experience, introducing the idea of a Brimstone Adventure series.
When we first started talking about what the next chapter in Shadows of Brimstone would be, we thought it would be really interesting to look at different periods of human history and how Darkstone and void portals tearing open might affect other adventurers throughout time. Norse Vikings and Spanish conquistadors are some of history's most ambitious and cunning explorers. They set out on sailing ships across the oceans to discover new lands in uncharted territories. Each of these Brimstone adventure sets focuses on one of these two groups of explorer-themed heroes.
We've taken two of the most battle-hardened groups of warriors in history and pitted them up against nightmarish demons and creatures and given them alien worlds to explore.
In Valley of the Serpent Kings, players take on the role of a group of Spanish conquistadors exploring the shadowy halls and stone ramparts of a Spanish fort that has fallen into darkness. This set introduces the new Conquistador teen heroes, with 4 different types of conquistadors you can play. The conquistadors will be facing off against a host of dangerous new enemies. The other world of this set is a return to the swamps of Jargona, but this time the heroes get to explore a new region known as the Valley of the Serpent Kings.
We've filled the swamps of Jargona with all sorts of new and scary creatures.
We're very excited about expanding on the Serpentmen of Jargona. They're one of our favorite enemy groups, and the idea of facing off against these reptilian foes among the sunken ruins and stone temples of Jargona, it really captures the imagination.
After 5 years of nagging Jason, we're finally doing Vikings.
Vikings are one of my most favorite subjects of all time.
In Gates of Valhalla, players set out as a group of Vikings, exploring the icy crags and shadowy forests of the Norse lands.
The Norse land's starting tile actually has the Viking boat pulled up onto the shore with the heroes ready to jump onto the beach and start the adventure.
This set introduces the new Viking hero class, with 4 types of Viking heroes that you can play.
Nothing beats going into a frenzy of rage as a Viking berserker.
There's certainly a team dynamic with these new hero types. They're not just people who have come together through circumstance, but instead a close-knit fighting force that share a history and background.
For the other world in this set, we revisit the Targa Plateau, this time focusing on a new area of the city, the library, a vast ancient alien archive. Throughout their adventures, the Vikings will face many dangerous new enemies.
The Norse lands are filled with frost giants and rock-throwing trolls.
Both of these Shadows of Brimstone adventure sets are fantastic entry points into the game. They can be played on their own as a standalone adventure, mixed together, or even mixed with your previous collection. They're fully compatible with all existing Shadows of Brimstone expansions.
There are a lot of cool themes to explore in these new adventure sets. From conquistadors venturing into the Valley of the Serpent Kings in search of lost cities of gold, to Vikings finding a portal to Targa and believing it to be a city of the gods.
The Shadows of Brimstone world gives us so many great heroes and enemies to work on.
I like that we get 2 new Earth-based worlds with the Spanish fort and the Norse lands.
There's so many new heroes to play. Conquistadors, Vikings. There's new worlds to explore, the Norse lands, Spanish forts. Revisiting Targa and Jargona.
Give it to me now!
With so many new types of heroes to play and enemies to fight, I think players are gonna love this stuff.
I'm backing this.
Äntligen mina skandinaviska vänner, så är vikingarna här!
More Brimstone.
Brimstone Adventures! We have a ton of exciting new material we've been working on for these Brimstone adventure sets, and we're looking for your help to fund the expedition. So come join us on the next chapter of Shadows of Brimstone.